What's up with the Ripple and XRP community as a whole? How are you? Hello again. Saturday, November 26th is today. Everyone is probably still in recovery mode the day after Black Friday, which is 2 days after Thanksgiving. I don't know about you, but if I've slept about 14 hours in the last 2 days, it's been a long time since I've done that. It's been a great time. I've had a good night's sleep, and I'm getting ready for my cruise. We're leaving tomorrow and going to the other coast. The cruise then starts on Monday. I will be back on Wednesday, just in time to play some softball and kickball. People, just a quick trip out. I want it. I just can't wait. I'm happy. So, that's enough about that. Listen, what are we going to talk about after this video? What are we going to talk about? I'll tell you. We're going to do a little XRPTA. I like what we're looking at. I like the green. I liked where we are right now. Let's see what we'll need to do this next push-up. Let's also look at Bitcoin's dominance while we're talking about inflation. Start a little bit inflation when you think about that. We're going to do a little more FBX and SPS covered because the deeper you go into the rabbit hole, the more information you find, and they have ties to the Chinese Communist Party. Yes, you did hear that right. And to top it all off, huge amounts of XRP are moving again, which is the cherry on top. Where is it going, folks? The question is, why are these exchanges getting so much of it? Why is it going to be put in these cold wallets? We don't know, but we're going to find out. So let's talk about the live coin and what we're seeing out there. Bitcoin $16,642. It is up 6% at the moment. In the last 24 hours, Ethereum has gone up 2.75%, reaching $1,222. Then, in the last 24 hours, XRP has gone up to 40 cents, which is 4%. Now, folks, if we can keep this 40-cent level, we could see a nice surge and push up. Let's see what happens and how this all turns out. The total value of all cryptocurrencies on the market is not just a little bit $867 billion, as Bitcoin has a 36.88% share. Now, the most important numbers to watch are those that show how much Bitcoin is used. If it goes lower than 35 cents, get ready, because the old stock is going to start to pop and ride. History has taught us that. If the dominance starts to rise again and gets to 45%, it will be a tie. You'll start to see Bitcoin move, which is what we've been seeing all year while the dominance has been stuck between 39 and 41%. And Bitcoin has been pretty wild for us this whole year. So pay attention to that, but XRP is the interesting outlier here, right? We've seen that it's been leading the way here, going up 0.5% from the start and holding steady at 40 cents. We want to see if we can get to the end of the day with this thing staying above 40 cents. When either cryptocurrency held us up for hours, it was because of how XRP works. At its current price, the FIB channel 0.5 is acting as a major resistance. However, turning it into support at 41 cents is key for the bullish trend to continue. Also, the 200 turned down XRP, and let's blow up this picture right here. As you can see, we're keeping it right at 40 cents. To flip it, we need to get to 41 cents, but we're so close to that point that we're just fighting it. You can see the FIB channel and the other FIB channel. It's holding us down as resistance of 41 cents is where we need to flip and hold. Now, a lot of people get confused because they don't see it touch 41 cents and think, oh, here we go. No, we have to wait. You need the ending above, and now we're back to 0.408. And it's only a tease. People, tease it and try it out. I believe it will happen. I definitely do. Now, I tweeted this morning that I bought my first XRP at 17 cents. This was in 2017, by the way. What's your age? When did you get an XRP? Tell me when you bought your first XRP in that little tweet over there. Now, my man would like to point out that on average, inflation makes U.S. households spend $433 more each month. Are you kidding me? Because of inflation, that is a crazy $433 car payment every month. You want to know why people aren't putting more money into crypto? It's because all the new money people have is going into these prices that keep going up. I should say that we have seen groceries, gas, and just about everything else out there. I don't think that is the only thing that hasn't been pumped up. Is the hot dog at Sam's and Costco the same? I think Sam's just dropped the price of hot dogs by about 10 cents. Putting a hot dog in a soda, do you understand what I mean? All you people in the Sam Club? It makes no sense. People, this is absolutely freaking crazy. Then we'll listen to this song, which we've been doing recently as well. Fireside Chat XRPL Labs found the weed say when announced that his team has built hooks, or smart contracts, native to the XRPL. Weed say also said that proof-of-work blockchains are going to have a lot of trouble in the future. We already knew that with proof-of-work blockchains, we have a lot of problems in the future. We knew it was going to happen. But before we showed you a video, please listen. Ripple wants to add smart contracts for Ethereum to the XRP ledger. We know we need to work on it. We know that testing will start early in 2019. How come it's so big? Because this means that eventually we might be able to use dApps like Uniswap and Web3 wallets like MetaMask, and some people think that we might be able to use MetaMask. All the different chances there are. This is really, really big. This will be put to the test early next year. Well, the rollout will start early next year, folks. This is Banks, and you should listen to what we say here. Also, keep in mind that blockchain is going to have a lot of trouble with the proof of work. Think about all the tokens you like that are based on these proofs of work. Blockchains. Right. Tumors, small spending accounts, loyalty points, and collectibles. Pay attention. You can't tell those people that because they lost this piece of paper, because I don't know, maybe they're in Africa and solutions like attention cards are expensive there. So if they go with the paper wallet and lose it, or, I don't know, the dog eats it, they've lost everything, according to Badman. They didn't set up a backup on Ledger Recolor Key or Multisite. No matter how simple the user interface is, you can't sell that. Not going to work at all. And because of that, the user will have a terrible time. And smart contracts can solve all of these problems if they are well thought out and well implemented. This is because all of these problems have already been solved in the real world, with notaries, lawyers, multiple signatures, identity verification, and so on. Now, if we can combine that with smart contracts and have the two worlds, the new blockchain world and the old world where all these problems have already been solved, if we can combine that with custom logic on Ledger, I think we have a chance at decent retail adoption in the future. So we made the decision to build it. And my team has been working on a smart contract solution for the XRPL for more than a year. So, you can put your own logic on the ledger. And when it comes to transactions, we want it to be perfect. Time for the end. So 3.9 is the same as 4 seconds. And neither the high fees nor the proof bucha will go up. And we were able to do it. And there is a real testnet that works today. And the first developers are making smart contracts and putting them to use on the XRPL, which is our test platform. We call these hooks. The next step is to make it available to more developers by giving it a syntax that is similar to JavaScript and TypeScript and that most developers can work with. And, of course, there will be more audits, bug testing, fixing bugs in test cases, and doing the same thing over and over again to be sure that it can be turned into a change. I like the way this sounds. I can't wait, people. We know that blockchains will have trouble because fear is trying to get up and won't be able to get all of this to the XRPL until early next year. This is going to be huge if we can connect this to wallets like MetaMask. Then we find out that this thread is actually pretty interesting. Let's not worry about this. Mesa made this. How long it takes a hacker to guess your password by trying it over and over again in 2022 if you use only letters. Or just if you use numbers. They can brute force you right away for any number from 1 to 11. If you only use lowercase letters, you can use brute force up to 8 times faster. Heavy use of capital letters and lowercase letters up to 6 characters at once, people. So, if you're looking at a screen, when you go to set up your passwords for these exchanges and sites, your passwords will include numbers, uppercase and lowercase letters, and symbols. Stay as safe as possible. You don't want to wake up and find out that someone broke in. I've met a lot of people on my journey and in my work since 2017 who have asked me why their passwords were so weak. People, you never know what's happening out there. Michael Brad released this. A little over $10,000 worth of XRP was sent from Bitstamp to an unknown wallet. This is an example of an XRP transaction. 30 million XRP were moved from an unknown wallet to Bitstamp, and 29 million XRP, worth about $11,500, were moved from an unknown wallet back to the exchange. A lot of XRP are being moved from exchanges to balls, from wallets to exchanges, and back from an exchange to another wallet. Why is the question? I can only think of one reason why this is happening now: to help provide liquidity for the corridors that are trying to use these exchanges for these remitters. At this point, I think they need to reload their own stuff or move from the exchange to cold. Wild should do that, as should any responsible exchange. Powell usually put this out as BFS, which you probably won't go to in New York. Whoever called this, I told you he wasn't going to the new MIT Deal Book Summit in New York City next week. He said it wasn't likely. Who knows if that's really him? The fact is that this guy has a mega mansion and is driving around the Bahamas in it. He isn't going to leave to come here. Do you think he will be able to get into the US and back out again? No way. They will be waiting for him when he gets off the plane. Please, consider that. Let's do it isn't coming this way. It's a joke, for sure. On top of that, we did this. Mark Moods is said to have found some evidence that Gary Wang and Constant Lags, who is the CEO of FTX, are members of the Chinese Communist Party. He also works with a man named Gary Wang. And if you try to find out more about Gary Wang, all you can find is maybe one picture of him at Sequoia with his back to a computer. And there's nothing you can find out about this guy. Then I found something that makes me think that he's a member of the CCP. The same thing happened with his COO. So now I'm getting things to fit together. People, if this gets out, it will show that he gave $9 billion to the Chinese Communist Party through backdoor loopholes to steal even more money than it gives to good people. I think that people in Washington should be nice to each other because we built this together.